expensive.
Oh, he did grab a
expensive buffer systems. So again, not just this is an example of a Kinshot hydraulic, but I'm not saying this particular part. I'm saying any expensive buffer system. Those could be the JP. Those could be the Armaspec. Those silent captured systems, adjustable weight buffers. Any of those, like the hydraulic buffer. Are these overweighted? Why not just throw
overweighted?
Are they overweighted? Overrated? Yeah, are these overrated, or are we missing something? What do you guys think?
I think buffers are underrated.
You think they're underrated?
You think they're underrated?
Mm-hmm. How much a chain? So your most off-the-shelf AR is going to come with a carbine buffer. Mm-hmm. The thing is going to be over-gassed.
Okay.
Because your buffer is so light. It's a non-adjustable gas block. Mm-hmm. As much gas as possible is coming back to make sure that thing cycles. Mm-hmm. That, I mean, one of the easiest things you can do, swap out the buffer. Go get a better buffer, heavier buffer. And I know for me, I absolutely hate the cheese grater going in my ear.
Well, I'm just going to say that's an argument for just a heavier buffer. But, like, I'm thinking even more upgraded than that. So, like, outside of the standard, H1, H2, H3, 4, outside of that, even more expensive options than that, like your hydraulics or the SRS or the SCS from JP.
And that silent captured spring's wild to me. You gotta pull your buffer retaining pin out, put that thing in there. You're supposed to, otherwise it kind of gets stuck in there. We had a question actually on someone was asking if they're supposed to take that out. And I was like, well, they say you're supposed to, but you don't have to.
You can get them out. It's just a pain in the butt. And theoretically, they're captured, so they won't expand past your buffer tube. So
right.
Perfect world.
They're also hard to install if you already have your trigger in, I would say.
Yeah, they can be, depending on your trigger. Usually they go in a lot easier than they come out. Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, they're actually harder to take out once your triggers.
But I mean, buffers, you get into these Kinshots, they're what, like $150 or so?
I think that one's like $135.
Yeah, I mean, for simple math, let's say $150. Mm-hmm. I think this is going a little extreme.
Okay.
But if you get a nice music wear spring with a good buffer, your shooting experience changes greatly.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing too is you can get buffers for relatively cheap.
Sure.
Not speaking of those or the captured ones, but you can go out and get a set of carbine H1, H2, H3, H4 buffers probably for under $100.
Yeah, absolutely. But at that point, why not just get the upgrade of like the Odinworks adjustable?
Well, you can go that route, but how do you know which one's going to work best for your gun?
Well, wouldn't you have to swap it in and out?
Yes. The thing I don't like about the Odin one is now I have to disassemble the buffer.
Yeah. You have to unscrew it, put the new weights in, put them back in.
It's not that big of a deal, though. Once you get it right for the gun, you never have to do it again.
It's not, but if you're at the range and you just want to swap out buffers quick, it's not the quickest way, and then it starts getting dirty and oily.
Well, in my mind, the best use case for something like that, like the Odinworks one, is to just have one of those in your range bag or something. I'm assuming you have like a bunch of ARs and you're building them or changing them out all the time. You have that, and then you use that as your tester. So it's, let's say, okay, I know this gun needs an H2, and then just buy an H2, put it in there, and then you're done.
So I guess my thought is have one of each buffer, so you can go to the range, swap them out real quick.
I see.
And then you go get that Armaspec or the JP SCS, and now you know which one you need, because if you go right out of the gate and you go get like an H2 Armaspec SRS,
you know that's going to work.
Well, right out of the gate, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the best buffer for you? And that's where I think everyone could benefit from having a couple buffers on hand.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that they're great for is just like baby rattles or like fidget toys, because you shake it and you get weights to go back and forth. Or
I like that one.
If you want $130
it's a toy. It's a detonator. It's for the thermal detonator.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So I have to agree with Charlie that I think buffers in general are underrated and people overlook them when they're trying to get their stuff functioning properly. These make a huge difference. And one thing that I'm actually looking forward to, and I don't know if Kinshot is even aware of it, there's a whole movement of like belt-fed uppers. And anyone who's been on YouTube in the gun space for the last couple of months has probably seen someone making a video about a belt-fed AR upper. Yeah. And that is where these are going to come in handy for a lot of people. And when I got here, CJ was doing a whole bunch of videos on cheap versus expensive buffers. And he's like, everyone just keeps saying that the Kinshot buffer is hydraulics and it's going to break. Like, well, it's because they're thinking about it like car hydraulics. Yeah. And that is not what this is. Like, this is not a new concept at all. We've been using hydraulic buffer systems since the M250 cal was invented. There's a hydraulic buffer in the M250 cal. This is not new technology.
No, I get that, but shocks,
right?
How many miles can you put on a car before you have to change out the shocks?
I've never had to do it.
Bingo. How many people have actually changed out their shocks on their cars?
But people think car part, maintenance, my car breaks all the time.
It's like one of the parts on the car that you don't need to maintain.
Right. Yeah. But
unless you see the car just going like this down the road, down a flat road.
Well, they're thinking their car suspension, not their shocks.
Yes.
They're thinking the overall suspension. So you've got that as a holistic piece. There's all kinds of moving parts. There's almost no moving parts in this except for this and the small amount of hydraulic fluid that's in here to soften this up.
There's some things there's some magic in there that happens. I mean, it's not nearly as simple as a traditional buffer. Yeah. But I mean, it's not a Fox racing shock at the same time. The
Kinshot has a 1,000,000 round guarantee on these. They guarantee them for 1,000,000 rounds.
Has anyone hit that?
I doubt it. Because I mean, you're looking at like 100 barrels.
It's easy to put a 1,000,000 round guarantee when the gun physically can't do that.
Well, then that's really them giving it almost a lifetime warranty. Yep. Because I've shot a lot. Yeah. I don't think I've shot 1,000,000 rounds.
That's a great question. How do they know how many rounds you put through? Like, sir, you did 1,000,001 rounds, not under warranty anymore. Not saying that Kinshot would do that.
I think from what I know is they have a device that tests them. Yeah. Like over and over type of thing. So it's some pneumatic machine or something.
It's a dyno for shocks, essentially.
Exactly. So I think that's how they get to that.
So that's how they can test if it's still within spec for the hydraulics. Right. Essentially, every shock is going to have certain performance characteristics when you compress it and when you release it, and you get your rebound, your dampening. There's a lot that goes into a shock itself. Okay. Now, is that worth $130?
If you're doing a belt-fed AR upper and you're going to throw a super safety or an FRT or something like that in there,
beat those out.
So well, if you're doing something like that, that's where this is going to be money. This is going to make a lot of money for you because if you look at M250 cal, the M240, the M249, those are all hydraulic buffer systems.
It could actually save you money in the long run.
And it will increase the lifespan of everything. It's also going to make it much softer shooting.
What if you're not shooting like a
If you're shooting fast in a competition, that's a great place for it too.
Okay. Buffer weight. Yeah. Slow stuff down. It's not as violent on internal parts, less likely to break stuff. That's where you're actually going to save money in the long run by getting the properly weighted buffer. Sure. Now you go into like these performance enhancements of them, hydraulic, captured systems, etc. I think that's where you might see some diminishing returns on buffers. Okay. A lot of my rifles at home have captured recoil springs in them. Sure.
Just because you hate that rattle, you hate that noise, or because you like the feeling?
Dude, they're just easier to maintain. I mean, there's not much maintenance going on back there, but I can literally take the thing outside on my desk and it's this long. Where if I take a regular buffer out of my gun, I got a spring that's this long plus a buffer that wants to roll off the table constantly.
And your springs.
Yeah.
It's doing the wacky flailing inflatable tune.
Again, another fun fidget toy is the spring. Wave it around. Yeah. But yeah, I think, again, it's almost like barrels where if what you're doing, you are trying to ooch out every percent you can, it's worth spending the money on a good buffer. It's probably worth the money spending more money on this than the actual spring itself.
Sure. As long as you're getting the right spring.
But at the same time, if you spend $130 on a buffer, why not spend $30 on a nice spring?
Right, exactly. Well, I always think that when we did our cheap versus expensive videos on buffers, my takeaway was unless you shoot a lot, you're probably not going to notice the nicer systems, either the capture, the hydraulics, the whatever. Once you dial in the right weight, like what you're saying, once you get, okay, this is an H2 or whatever, once you dial in the right weight, you're probably not going to notice the difference in recoil unless you're shooting that gun often enough to notice the change in recoil most of the time. That's what I kind of decided.
One of my buddies, he's got an M&P 15, swapped the buffer out. He's like, it's such a better gun now. Literally $20 is all it took.
Yeah, exactly. For the weight.